I like just as we're going on, you hear Zeus.
Cocaine Con, man. You look like Molina's pimp.
He could be. Who knows? Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Markout Mania. I'm Pedro Boriquedro, Texan Spaniard, and we have with us James the Extreme Sorno. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. Ready to rock and roll. Lots happening this week. A bunch of ugly belts and some cocaine.
Yeah. A bunch of ugly belts and some cocaine. So I take it everything is okay in Jim's house.
Well, yeah, I'm hanging in there. I got a shitload of appointments coming up. I got some surgeries coming up, but otherwise, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do it, baby.
Hey, we were checking out your jams recently on
thanks for checking
YouTube.
It out. Yeah,
that was great for working.
Yeah.
Yeah, the soulful flow is in you.
And yeah. Did you hear that? Because I think I heard it. Yeah, the abominable snow.
The abominable snow fucking Yeti.
I heard it from up north because they come from the land of the ice and snow. It's the god of thunder.
Oh my God.
This is King Dark.
What's up?
Oh man, that was actually good, Pedro. That was really good. I like that. Good job.
On your streamer song list.
Oh my God, that'd be interesting to turn that song into like a ballad or something. People would be bored off their ass. But
this is getting ready for the big snowfall, man. The big snow thunder event up here.
Well, the Bills fans are not deterred in the least.
No. Well, yeah. It's a big football weekend, so.
Yeah, and funnily enough, there's some salty ass sports bar owner in Pittsburgh who's refusing to serve food this weekend that has buffalo wing sauce or actually any.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
There's only barbecue sauce on the wings and like chicken sandwiches you can only get with like barbecue sauce, and I'm just like, wow, you're gonna lose and you're gonna torture your fucking people.
Yeah, right.
I'm not even a Bills fan, but I'm just saying it's just
Yeah, you and I can't even talk, Zeus, because we're nowhere near the playoff. That's it. Our season's been done.
James, what I'm hearing is slowly the Buffalo is turning Zeus into a Bills fan. He's not aware of it yet. He can't admit it yet.
Oh
slowly
my God.
They're doing it to him.
That'd be a little brutal. I could deal with him being a Panther fan, but I don't know if I could deal with him being a Bills
after
fan.
going 2-15 or whatever the hell they did this year.
Yeah.
Holy.
Brian Bell's in the chat. Hey, I'm sitting here in a fur hat like Tony. It's going to be -10 this weekend over here. Dang, stay warm.
Be Brian Bell. What's going on? Stay warm, buddy.
I think Tony Cocaine was going to a Seinfeld convention after that press conference.
I don't know what he was doing, but Cocaine Con was on some new shit.
He's going to be George in the big fur rat hat.
Well, not for nothing, but Cocaine Con's making Jinder Mahal famous because he's living rent free in Con's head.
Right?
I want to talk for a little bit about how kind of wild the times are in wrestling right now. Because do you remember Nia Jax comes back and we're all like, oh, shit. Like, no, not her. Blah, blah, blah. And now, like, everyone is, like, marking out for the idea of her versus Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
like it's gone so well, and then Jinder Mahal, this thing happens. Tony Khan like just throws his name out there for no reason. No
He
one's even
loses his
talking
shit.
about. No one's even talking about Jinder Mahal because the Jinder Mahal stuff was the thing people talked about was The Rock. Everyone talked about
Right.
The Rock, not Jinder Mahal. But now everyone's talking about Jinder Mahal, and people were kind of jokingly, like, don't hinder gender. Don't hinder gender was like trending, and people now kind of want to see his match.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they've gotten him so over, and then at the same time, R-Truth with this, it's a hilarious angle they're
Oh,
doing.
that
It's so
vignette
goofy.
was awesome. That was one of the best vignettes I've seen in a long time.
But like the whole thing of him like thinking he's in Judgment Day and they
Yeah, it's
don't want him
awesome,
around,
man.
it's been hilarious. He's the top merch seller right now in the WWE. Like, who would have thought R-Truth would be the top merch seller? Like, you go, what?
Mhm.
Anyone can get
Now,
over right now.
now,
Like
now
anyone.
that's how you showcase an over 50 superstar, an over 50 wrestler. You don't have to do crazy shit in the ring, take table bumps, and give yourself fucking concussions. Okay, that's how you do it.
Oh man, you talking about Sting, right?
Yeah,
Sting.
he's not even gonna make it to his final match.
Did you see Darby Allin get
Yes.
Yeah, well, what
That
the
was
hell was that?
that was brutal as fuck. The way his neck
Yeah,
like
man.
bounced off that rope.
like Enzo called him up and was like, dude, man, I hope you're okay. I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, WWE stopped the match yesterday on SmackDown.
Oh, which
You
one?
know, Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, what happened?
Because somebody botched a Spanish fly off the top rope, and they both landed on their face, and it wasn't pretty. It was ugly. So
man.
they stopped the match because they thought, like Austin Theory looked like he broke his neck, But it
Oh,
wasn't
shit.
that. It was okay. But people stopping matches. These idiots are doing shit like that on purpose.
I mean, yeah, that stuff from Dynamite where Sting took that fall, like the way his head bounces off the floor, you're like, shit. And
I
he
mean,
looks
what's
kind of
wrong with
fucked up
him?
afterwards.
Him and Powerhouse Hobbs got hurt, right?
Oh yeah, y'all said Hobbs. Someone said Hobbs got injured as well.
Yeah, because he was on the receiving end of that Scorpion Death Drop with Sting.
They both were on the receiving end
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
Well,
I
they were on
mean,
the receiving end of the floor.
one.
yeah. I mean, that's unnecessary. I mean, look how they're booking R-Truth. He's 51, 52 years old, and look, that's how you do it, And not for nothing, but I love Jinder Mahal's response because he's like, who the fuck is Hook?
He didn't just say who the fuck is Hook. He's like, who the fuck is Hook, and then he's like, watch Raw on USA. Like mimicking Tony Khan's deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony Khan did no one any favors this week. Like, he didn't do Hook any favors because now
He's turning into Bischoff. They're worried about so much about what the WWE is doing that you're not paying attention to what your own company is doing.
But look, so in the course of taking like pop shots at the WWE, he puts his magnifying glass on Hook, and people are like, oh well, he's a nobody basically, like and then he threw Abaddon into the conversation at one point. And it was like, okay, Bannon's terrible. Okay, she's terrible. But she did nothing to insert herself into this conversation. And suddenly she has a magnifying glass on her and how bad she is, all thanks to her boss, like, who's just trying to grasping at straws for any pot shot.
He's trying to get people, he's trying to get eyes on his product. I know what he's trying to do. Okay? Let's keep it real here. All three shows, Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, didn't have as much viewers as the Jinder Mahal segment alone. Okay, didn't have as many viewers as the Jinder Mahal segment by itself. So you know what? He's trying to bring eyes to his product. Okay, but he's going about it the wrong way.
He put eyes on the other product.
Exactly.
He's got his. He can't see it. It's all covering his glasses.
I mean, the guy's an idiot.
True. Well,
Because he's cocaine con.
Instead of rose-colored glasses, he has snow-covered glasses. Is that what you're saying, Zeus?
oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure his hat was completely white by the time that night was over.
Yeah. Now Jinder Mahal's the man.
Just
I don't need to be pushed. I got Tony Khan doing it for me.
do you guys remember when Jinder Mahal, like, he left WWE at one point, and then he came back and he was super jacked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going, oh my god, it's like, well, we know what the hell you've been doing since you were.
Mm.
Holy shit!
Lions and tigers and needles. Oh my!
Right?
He took a trip to the Mexican pharmacies. Is what you're
I'm
saying.
saying.
Look, I'm pretty sure pharmacies in Canada are just as bad.
I mean, then he came back jacked, and then they were trying to do the whole push in India, and they put the strap on him, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And so
because Impact was getting like 600,000 views.
Yeah.
Or shit from they were getting a lot of views from India for some reason. I don't know why. Was it Sanjay Dutt?
Remember that tournament they had, Zeus? They had the Raka King thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of a TNA sister promotion.
Right.
It didn't last too long, but yeah, the thing that kicked off. I mean, it's crazy. I feel like what I'm about to say is insane, but it's true. It's the truth. The thing that kicked off the pro wrestling craze hardcore in India was the Great Khali having the world title in the WWE.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, for some reason, that just sparked a huge craze in India for pro wrestling, and then TNA tapped into it, and they got over huge. They got over massively there.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And then the WWE tried to capitalize again with Jinder, but Jinder, it didn't take as well because he's Indian ethnically or whatever, but he's not from India. Like he's from Canada, so it didn't connect like they were thinking. But
I figured of TNA. Zeus, how you like those belts?
Oh my god, man! What the hell? First of all, I want to say you pointed out a great, one great thing you pointed out is that font that they used on there is it's hard to read.
Yeah,
and it's blocky and terrible. And I wouldn't put that on one of my fucking book vending machines unless they fucking made me.
It's horrible.
It's terrible, man. And then. I don't know. I don't know who this is designing the faceplates, but man, they fumble. I don't understand these things. Like when you're drawing them out before you put, like the logos and stuff over top of it. You didn't sit there and look at those shapes and go, yeah, it kind of looks like a couple of balls right there hanging out there, right there at the bottom of the faceplate. Like, come on, man! And then the crazy ass fucking ribbon work you did.
Yeah, I didn't like that ribbon work. That it was all over the place. Yeah,
you just can't even it just doesn't even make any sense because it's just there's too much. It's too small, and you can't get close enough to that damn belt to really.
Looks like the TNA logo gets lost in that thing.
I mean, you can still kind of see the team. I mean, you're looking at it because we recognize it.
Right.
But still, it's just not.
What?
It's such a horizontal logo. I mean, you could almost. I mean, with the way that you can make belts today and things, you could have almost like carried the left and right out to the two first side plates.
Mm-hmm.
And going a little bit big with it if you wanted to, but I just, this really makes me go, oh, I really like those last set of Impact belts better. Even though they had the owl on there on the top of the faceplates,
Oh yeah.
I like Johnny's Impact World Title.
They still have the owl, but they're on the side plates now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's on the side plates, right?
I don't think all of them have it either. There's maybe one or two of them don't have it. But yeah, most of them have Anthem and the Owl on there. So
Yeah.
TNA has a history of TNA/Impact. They have a history of very busy belt designs with a lot of
Yeah, a lot of
kind of
side
gaudy sort of
Yeah.
lines and stuff all over the place. A lot of busy designs. So these kind of are in the same vein of that, but now Zeus has made it where we cannot unsee that some of them have balls
Yeah.
and things
Balls.
hanging off of
Yeah.
them.
yeah,
I thought I was looking at the Rock and Roll Express at first. I said, "Oh, look, cock and balls."
it's just I'm like, what in God's name? Like, what is that supposed to be behind the X? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
because
That X Division belt is the worst one. Yeah.
so like whatever those shapes are, like I mean, there's a fleur de lis at the top, but this thing at the bottom, it just looks like somebody bedazzled somebody's balls and put them on there. They got this nice like diamond pattern, like that should be what's in taking up the rest of the space instead of these weird ass shapes, because at least that pattern would make these big solid shapes pop off. And still I'm not crazy about the ribbon work on this one. It's not as bad as some of the other ones.
It's the age of the shitty belts. Everybody's coming out with shitty belts. Everybody's trying to outdo each other. I have the most shittiest because look at that global championship, and I think it's like a kid's toy.
Yeah, the tag team
from New Japan.
Yeah, the tag team belts aren't
too bad. They're okay.
Well, the ribbon work is okay.
Yeah,
but all the shapes and shit behind the damn is all fucking crazy. And
that Continental strap over AEW, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, nobody knows what that is.
That's just like, what is that? I think AEW's best looking belt is the Women's Championship. And that's saying something.
Here's another shocking fact. Alex Shelley is still the Impact World Champion.
They have
that's going to change. That's going to change.
TNA has showed a pay-per-view tonight.
Yeah, they have a bit. Was it Hard to Kill?
Something like that. Yeah.
Losing that belt.
Say what?
Trinity's losing that belt.
Oh yeah, probably.
I got two words for you: Royal Rumble.
I'm looking at the card.
It's the world title that's got all this crazy ass fucking ribbon work on it. Like,
yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
It just like it. So it looks like they've got the globe, and then behind the globe they've got like a sign from 1950s fucking Las Vegas.
It's that busy gaudy thing I was talking about.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
And then you got this belt designer was like I think he was like snorting cocaine with Tony Khan and going, yeah, man, just need some more ribbons. I just need some more ribbon work because like I got it's interlocking 17 times on the lower left and right. I think 25 times interlocking up on the upper side would be great. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not good.
Come on.
This
so here's another thing too, because I like geography and things. Well, on the World Championship belt, right, on the two side plates, it's got two shots of the globe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And neither one of them have North and South America on it. And I know people are going to say, well, it's on the center plate. Yeah, well, the logo is covering that up. I mean, I don't even know why. Like, why you even put the damn the North and South America on that globe. It just have the globe with the with the longitude and latitude lines, and it wouldn't be so damn nondescript at the top underneath the terrible font of total nonstop action.
That font is horrendous.
And on the word champion is just straight across on this curved ass fucking ribbon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Right, and the word world follows the ribbon. The curve of the
Yes. You're right. Yeah.
champion does not.
Yeah, they which that makes one think they did it on a computer and we got really lazy to like they didn't want to go through the trouble of like
Dude,
making it follow the ribbon.
You just make the damn. You can put a line on there and type on a path.
Yeah, I know that, but that's not what these people did.
But they did it for the word world.
I know.
They did it on the damn side plates. World champion.
It's crazy.
It's just terrible, man.
TNA, you're no good.
You're no good.
Have look at this card. Let me go over this card super fast.
All right,
Okay. Yeah.
So the pre-show, you've got Tommy Dreamer in a no disqualification match defending the TNA Digital Media Championship against Crazy Steve. You've got Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers with Alicia Edwards versus Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. And then, now this is kind of funny to me. Two former Impact TNA World Champions, Rich Swann versus Steve
Macklin.
Now they went from being world champions to being on the pre-show.
Steve Cheese.
So then on the actual pay-per-view, you got the Knockouts Ultimate X match with I don't know all these people. Zaya Brookside, I recognize her. Tasha, was it Tasha Stills? She was like in NWA Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some other people. PCO versus Dirty Dango. He's got a bunch of people with him. I don't know who they are.
Don't make fun of Dirty Dango around Caprice Coleman because he takes it personally.
Okay.
Oh my God! Like he wrestled. They wrestled each other at WrestleCade, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad you kicked that scrubby looking dude's ass, and he's like, what do you mean scrubby looking? Are you making fun of him? I'm like going, well, you're the face and he's the bad guy. Yeah,
that's kind of how it works.
TNA is something. It looks like it's a four-way match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, but I don't know who the champions are. They don't show who the champions are. Is it vacant? I have no idea. But Speedball Mike Bailey and Trent Seven versus the Grizzled Young Veterans versus the Rascals versus ABC. Who the fuck are ABC? Like other than the English band, who is ABC?
Yeah. Well, there was also there was a '90s hip hop group. When the kids groups were popular.
Yeah.
Another Bad Creation.
Oh, yep. I forgot about them.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. For the TNA X Division Championship, aka the Testicles Championship, you got Chris Sabin versus Kushida versus El Hijo del Vikingo.
Oh boy.
You have Alex Hammerstone versus Josh Alexander.
That's a really confusing match because I mean, are we gonna try to make Hammerstone a bad guy? Because Alexander's way over with the crowd.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. When the hammer comes down, who knows? Although it doesn't look, Hammerstone doesn't look like he's doing the Hogan thing here.
Well, what else does he do?
I mean, he was just kind of himself before that, but The TNA Knockouts title, Trinity versus Steroid Grace, Jordan Grace, and the main event, as you said, Alex Shelley against Moose, which, they make Moose look like he's shorter than Alex Shelley in this graphic. I'm not even making this up.
Well, they're going to put the strap on Moose. I mean, they almost have to, right? I mean, that's the reason why if you're going to bring back Moose, you're going to bring him back because, you want to put the strap on him.
So, someone clip this for when we... No, next week we review it like, well, Alex Shelley retained.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, is it Moose's turn again? I mean,
who knows? It should be.
Might be like, hey man,
I mean, what? He hasn't held it in a while, right?
Well, you put that belt on Steve Macklin, and his wife still left. You better give me that.
Oh, that's funny.
New Japan also has a show tonight. Battle in the Valley.
Oh, is there?
That's the one with Okada and Ospreay.
Yes. I've got the card for that.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Someone named Goldie, I don't know who Goldie is, versus someone named Matt Vandergriff. I don't know who that is either. So you have that, Goldie versus Matt Vandergriff. You got Stephanie Vaquer, who's I think she's still the CML Women's Champion, versus Viva Van. I don't know who Viva Van is, or maybe I just don't remember who she is.
Or you just don't care.
Do y'all know who Viva Van is, or
no?
Okay.
Nope.
You got Mascara Dorada and Valedor Jr. versus Rocky Romero and Soberano Jr.
Okay.
That would have been cool. Although it's not the original Mascara Dorada, just so people know, it's the second one. You got Jacob Fatu, Fred. I can't read the thing. What's his name? It's the guy who was in the WWE. Rosser.
Rossier.
Yeah. Darren Young.
Yeah. And Shota Umino versus Tom Lawler, Joe Bell Nelson. I don't know what it says here. And Royce Isaacs.
Brittany Boots.
Royce Isaacs looks unrecognizable in this graphic, like completely unrecognizable. He's got like a beard, and he looks almost. No, he's bald, but it just looks unrecognizable. David Finley versus TJP. TJP looks like he's the guitar player for an emo band. Clark Connors and Alex Coughlin versus Hikuleo and El Fantasmo. Matt Riddle versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Matt Riddle and X, a mystery partner, versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Bad Dude Tito.
Oh.
Julia versus Trish Adora for the Strong Women's Championship. For the Continental Crown Championship, Eddie Kingston versus Gabe Kidd.
Oh boy, that should be a barn burner.
Shingo Takagi versus John Moxley. And then Okada versus Will Ospreay. It's kind of a ho hum. I mean, outside of the Okada Ospreay thing, kind of.
Do we want to see Shingo and Mox? Not really.
No.
Not really. I don't really want to see Moxley against anybody.
Yeah, Moxley has go away heat for me. I don't want to. If you're like he's involved in something, I don't even want to hear about it.
That's a great time to go to the bathroom, but
time to make the donuts. Oh man, yeah, that's not good. That's a whole hum card. Exactly what you said, Pedro. It's whole hum.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's whole hum. 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 It's
Kind of. I mean, I
Yeah.
know the main is it's the big thing is the main event, right? And then the other thing is just seeing some of the people on there, like that CMLL match, the tag match. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like if you were making the decision to go there, like I mean in
Mm.
person. I don't mean I wouldn't watch it later on video. But but if you're
Nice.
making the decision to go there, you might be like, oh, yeah, I could go see them, or then see Julia, something like that. You're like, oh, okay, but otherwise, it's just one match and then a bunch of, you know. Oh, and see Shingo, that would be cool to see Shingo, but then you're
Yeah.
seeing him against Moxley, and then you're
Mox.
like, and most likely Moxley's gonna fucking go over, and you're like, I mean, because Eddie Kingston went over Shingo, so I mean, you're like, well, yeah, I don't need to see that. But
And then if you're going to see Mox, that means you're going to see Mox bleed.
yeah,
So you're like, really? Again?
It'd be like it'd be really funny. It's like if Shingo just keeps the match in the center of the ring, doesn't even let him get to the ropes or anything, just tries to wrestle the shit out of him. He still ends up blading himself.
Yeah.
He's in a small package, and there he is. He's like grinding a fucking blade on his forehead.
The
No, no,
funniest shit, it's just, he's ridiculous with his blood. I mean, to this day, the funniest shit I've ever seen him do is blade the ref. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Here's another funny thing I just saw. Somebody said they just went to read this week's Wrestling Observer, and the first thing that they see is that Wrestling Observer newsletter is still trying to say that it was 85,000 fans at AEW in London. They're still trying to say that.
oh man, really?
Yeah.
But we already know that's not true.
Yep.
Like everyone, most people acknowledged it. Whoa.
Brutal.
But
you just can't. I mean,
Meltzer must be getting paid in cocaine now.
I was gonna say, I understand you being a show for the company, but facts are facts over here. Hello, it was not 85,000.
How much you want to bet he calls Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks in Greensboro? He'll call it the greatest tag team match of all time.
And it'll be match of the year.
7.34 stars.
I still can't believe that that's going to be the main event against the Young Bucks.
It's I've seen a lot of AEW
match.
Yeah, look, Brian Bell's right. Even Wembley acknowledged that they
right. Two sources from London that the event and the people in charge of the security or whatever, the police, they were all like, no, it's like 72,000.
I mean, they still have the record for the most tickets sold for a wrestling show, right? So, like, they still have that, but they don't have the attendance. Like, it's still that one WrestleMania from Dallas or whatever that has the attendance, but it's crazy. What was the thing you were saying, Zeus? You were saying something just now.
That's it.
I was saying that I can't believe Sting's last match is.
Sting, there it was, James. Okay, yeah. So, a lot of AEW fans were defending it. They're like, this is not Zeus. Sorry, this is Sting's. This is Sting's. They keep saying this is Sting's choice. He wants to face them. You have to respect the Legend's choice. They were talking about it almost like a Me Too thing. Like, you must listen to the victim. You must listen to the Legend's choice of who they want to face on their way out. And it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why out of the blue is it the Bucks? I've heard Meltzer's explanation of it. Meltzer said Sting chose them because he really enjoyed working against them at some multi-man match or something. And it's like, okay.
Well, look, it could have been worse. It could have been Sting versus Flair.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I guess
Okay,
so.
that would have been terrible.
right, exactly.
But
So
it's, I mean, shouldn't it be Sting, at least Sting versus Darby? Shouldn't that be the thing? Doesn't that make the most sense? Like he puts over Darby on the way out, like
Yeah.
something.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna go that route, yeah.
But then again, maybe it's a tag team match because he can't really work a single. He hasn't done a singles match in AEW, has he?
I don't think so.
So maybe he just
Well,
can't
I
do a
mean,
singles match.
yeah, but he could take 17,000 table spots and like he full of balconies and shit, dive up balconies.
I know, it's crazy.
Well, yeah. You can't run. Nobody says you got to go 20 minutes. You can have the singles match and go 5. Because you have a long entrance, you have a long outro, and it feels like half an hour. Because like everybody's going to throw you your flowers, everybody's going to praise you. After the match, you get on the mic, cut a promo. How's my last match? I'm going to thank the fans, especially here in Greensboro. Blah 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 blah.
You know what I would do if I was Sting? I would ask Jeff Jarrett to dress up in the Surfer Sting and wrestle Crow Sting versus Surfer Sting for the last match.
Wow.
Remember when Jeff Jarrett did that one time? Remember when he impersonated Sting?
Yeah, I can't believe you remember that. I don't.
That would be brilliant, right? Because everybody in Greensboro would hate Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
They would also be confused, because he was being Surfer Sting.
Yeah, NWO Sting come out too. Why not? What the hell?
Is
and then we get NWO Sting to make a run-in during the match.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying.
And then you get TNA's Joker Sting to appear.
Yeah.
Right? And
Bobby Hogan dressed up.
they bring in Great Muta to spray somebody in the face with the mist.
Why not? Right?
Right? Unless he's on a Legends deal, then he's definitely not going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, they could. I mean, they can
no-
make an exceptions, right? Because
You-
they made an exception for Nakamura. I mean, he went over.
Sting, here's what you do in the post match. Sting shows off a new grandchild, like it's a little baby, and the Great Muta steals the baby and feeds it mist. It grows rapidly into Jeff Cobb. No,
I mean, I understand Sting. Oh, that's fucked up. I understand Sting hasn't had a single match in ages, but I mean, he could do 5 minutes in the ring.
No, Brian Bell, no. Sting versus Swerve in his last match where Swerve drinks the Icon's blood. No.
Oh my God! Did you see Dynamite or the?
No damn Dynamite.
I meant to say the clip from Dynamite with Samoa Joe in the ring. He's got the new belt and out comes Hook. And somebody in the comment section said, who's the little boy in the ring with Joe? Hook looks like a fucking... Hook looks tiny next to him.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked... We've talked before about Hook. There's 2 ways you go with Hook. Either he's a spoiled brat who's living off his dad's fame and he has a bunch of heavies doing the thing for him, or you make him a sympathetic pretty boy in a tag team who he's the one who gets beat up and then goes to make the hot tag to the partner.
He's the new Mikey Ripwreck.
I mean, those are the things you would do with him because, he's a pretty boy who's tiny, right? But they are like, no, we're going to make him a badass. He's going to be a badass.
Yeah, and he no-sells. How are you going to do that from him?
It's whatever. They're like, Taz is his dad. He's a badass like Taz. But it's like Taz was an ugly little stocky dude. This dude's like a pretty boy. Like, it's not the same thing.
If James, if you're under 40 in this day and age, they don't sell shit.
Yeah, that's true.
No one sells anything anymore. I mean, it's crazy.
Pedro Taz was like 250 pounds at one point. He was wide. He was.
Yeah, I know. I said he was stocky. Yeah, he's a short,
yeah.
stocky dude, and he looked like his face looked mean. Now we know he wasn't actually a tough guy, but
a little bit of a puss.
Yeah,
yeah.
But he looked like he would kick your ass, right? He looked the part, which is the more important thing.
But here's the thing too: is ECW didn't have a lot of tall guys anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So he looked more intimidating than he actually was.
Right.
Right. Plus, they did all the camera angles with him, from lower looking up at him, or stuff where it didn't give him a lot of scale.
Right.
Because he had a great look. He had a great moveset. He was strong. I mean, they did it right. It was just hard.
And the promo. He was a good promo who talked tough. Like the way he would talk, like I tapped him out, and all that stuff. He sounded like
survive if I let you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it didn't translate well. Once he got into WWE because there were so many great big fucking dudes there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, again, I mean, Hook.
He transitioned so well into being a commentator, though.
Yeah.
Now not so much, but back then,
Well, you had the King back then too, so it was a lot easier to work with King than it is with
Well, and also
JR doesn't give a shit.
And TNA too.
He was fucking phoning it in.
Wasn't he commentator in TNA forever and ever?
TNA, yeah. Yeah, he was all about aces and eights.
Yeah, Hook. I mean, they should have just had him be a spoiled brat, living off his dad's fame, who has a bunch of heavies. He's hiding behind a bunch of heavies, and then you build. He's a chicken shit hill, with a bunch of heavies.
He looked like Zelina Vega standing next to Rhea Ripley. I mean, it was not. It's not even close.
If you put Rhea Ripley next to Hook, it will look probably like that.
Please. Pick him up and put him in her pocket.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even. I mean, he looked tiny. I'm like, yo, who's? And I started laughing. I was like, word, who's the kid in the ring?
Do you remember? Do you guys remember there was a point people were talking about Hook's going to be huge, and then they were shitting on, and we were shitting on Dom. We were shitting on Dom. We were like, "Oh, Dom sucks. He's never going to be any good. He should have done this." And now,
the Dom has turned into like he's matured in the ring too. That's what made it good. He actually matured in the ring. He's actually gotten better.
And then, I mean. He's got so much heat with the fans. Like, they won't let him talk. They just boo the shit out of him.
That reminds me of Rick Rude back in the day in the WWE, especially WWE Rick Rude. Every time Rick Rude tried to talk to the crowd booed the shit out of him. I was like, he got that kind of heat? There you go.
Even Sky Blue looks next to him looks tough. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Sky Blue. Because I remember when Dom and Dirty Dom and Dakota Kai was sharing ring gear. I mean, that's how brutal Dom looked,
But I mean, now imagine Dom next to Hook. Like, you remember when Dom beat who'd he beat for the North American title? Who's that guy, James?
He beat
Dragon Lee?
No, not Dragunov.
Dragon Lee beat him.
Who's that guy?
Actually, Dragon Lee just lost the belt to a rookie.
Wesley.
Wesley, there you go, yeah.
You remember Wesley looked like a tiny child next to
Dom,
Dominic. Like height-wise. He looked like like Dom was about to fight someone in junior high. That's what it would look like if he was in the ring against Hook. Like, it would look like he's about to fight the junior high.
They put the North American strap on Obafemi, or Obafemi, I think his name is. This guy's a monster, a beast. He took Dragon Lee and just threw him around the ring like a bag of potato chips. Something brutal. brutal.
Bag
But
of
this guy was a
potatoes.
track star. I mean, he was a big track and field guy and football guy for Alabama. So this guy was, I mean, he's not small. You know, but he's a rook. He's a rookie. He's got maybe a dozen matches under his belt. But they put the strap on him.
Who?
Obafemi.
Obafemi.
Oh. Okay, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, he's a big guy from he played for University of Alabama. Zeus. Big fucker.
There's only like 25,000 students at University of Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know them all.
Yeah. But he's really green. I mean, he's got maybe a dozen matches under his belt. But you can tell about 5 years this guy's going to be really good because he's fast, he's agile, he's strong.
Why do you think they took the belt? Why do you think they took the belt off Dragon Lee so fast?
Well, they want to put Dragon Lee on the main roster again because that's where he belongs.
Okay.
I heard they're trademarking his name.
Oh wow.
Because they got big plans for him, but they had to put that on hold because Wesley got hurt, remember?
Brian Bell. Tony Khan, where is the outrage? He only has one match.
Yeah. Where's the outrage? Tony Khan.
But like
17 people watched AEW. Yeah.
At least because Dragon League came out of CMLL, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And so he didn't have to worry about his name, like he did with if he'd have been in AAA and Dorian probably did, he probably does have a copyright on that name. he probably copyright. He's probably filed for copyright in Mexico on every luchador that's ever lived. And
so to what you're saying, Zeus, his brother, well, one of his brothers, because we know Roosh is one of his brothers, but the second Mystico, it's technically the third Mystico, but the second Mystico in CML, he's also like one of their brothers, and when he left CML to go to AAA with Arush and their dad, they changed his name to like Dralistico or some bullshit like that. So now he's Dralistico.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, supposedly the storylines go. They want to put him on SmackDown as a big star because Andrade is supposed to come back. He's going to side with Santos Escobar as a heel. So you have the Dragon Lee's got to be the face. That he's going to be the quote unquote. He's going to be the new Rey Mysterio, and he's going to overcome all the odds and beat Escobar and Andrade and blah blah blah. That's what they're saying that they wanted to do. I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know if Andrade is going to come back at the Royal Rumble or after, on the Raw after. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll see. A lot of people saying that Sasha Banks is going to be in AEW, which I totally agree with Pedro. She's not going to move the needle for that country. She's not going to move the needle for that company. She's not.
No one is going to move the needle for that company. No one. Not for any company. The only company that the needle is going to move for is when people come back to the WWE. It's just not, basically she'll still be out of wrestling to the greater public. She's like, I mean, she went to that red carpet thing last year with the IWGP Women's Championship, and no one gave a single solitary fuck at all. It did nothing, for business, nothing. They're like, oh, she sold out this tiny arena in San Diego. It's like, yeah, the hardcore fans is like, that audience is always going to go to everything. Yeah. And her appearing, yeah, of course they're going to go to it. But
Mercedes Moné doesn't move the needle, but actually Sasha Banks does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If she shows up in AEW, she's gonna have what, a year or two of like her worst work ever is going to happen, and
Well, yeah, because she doesn't have
and
people like Bailey to wrestle against.
and then
You know,
she'll show up back in WWE at some point. You have to imagine. But
Well, also,
like even Bailey hurt could out wrestle half of the people in AEW.
but like even her stuff, in in Japan, like she's in control of those type of matches, which that's why they weren't very good. And so it's going to
Mm.
be more of that in AEW because they don't tell stories in their matches; they just have matches.
yeah,
So
so
it's like okay, it's like so I'm Mercedes and you're Willow Nightingale. All right, and so you have all of this shit to get in, and I have all this shit to get in. So it's going to take us like 12 minutes to get all of our shit in. So we're just going to go back and forth getting all of our shit in and not selling to each other and running around and prancing and whatever the fuck we do and then at the
Yeah.
end then I'll go over because you're Willow Nightingale and I use
yeah.
things.
you,
I
you
used to
know
be Sasha Banks. Yeah,
it,
no, yeah, you're
it's
absolutely right.
it's interesting because in the WWE, in NXT and the WWE, she had loads of people's best matches. Like
Yeah,
James, you were saying like she won't have a Bailey to wrestle, and it's
yeah,
like there are a lot of people who benefited from having a Sasha Banks to wrestle in the WWE. Like that one WrestleMania, she totally led Bianca by the
like a bullet.
hand
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
match. Like she did basically everything for that match. Bianca just had to insert her little spots and stuff where Sasha built the things for her. Uh, uh, she did that for a lot of people, but in
Mm.
the this past year in Japan, it wasn't the same. Like, and it's what Zeus is saying. The story's gone. You went from in the WWE. They have to push a story in their match, right? They have to push a story in this. You have to push
Yeah.
a story in that, or even if they're not pushing a story, you have to push for moments, right? You have to build up to moments in your match. You go out of the WWE system, and now it's like what Zeus is saying. Get your here's my shit. Here's your shit. We're gonna go tit for tat. We're gonna be equals. Let's make a let's. We're just gonna have action. We're just gonna have
Yeah.
action back and forth. That's gonna be the match, and it wasn't the same. And she goes to AEW. It's gonna be even worse because the quality of opponents are gonna be even worse, right? Without the anyone supervising anything, it's just gonna be
And I tell you, no, of course, Tony doesn't have a spine, so he doesn't know how to tell people hard truths. But if I was in charge of AEW and I had Mercedes Monet, I would lock her in a room with Arn Anderson to learn how to cut a
Arn
fucking
Anderson's not
promo.
there anymore, though.
Yeah.
I would still do it anyway. I would pay Arn whatever he wanted, pay him $100,000 to be sequestered with her and force her to learn how to do another promo. Because I swear to God, if she comes out with another ukulele and tries to say about somebody sucks while she's singing, I'm gonna blow my brains out because it's just
Yeah.
she's terrible. She's a
Well,
terrible.
she was never strong on the mic. Never.
But once again, she had to. There was an agenda, and there was a line. Like she's somebody
She
that
has stuff to
benefited
follow. You're right.
from
Yeah.
dialogue
Right.
written out
Right.
for her. Yeah, left to her own devices, she's just terrible.
Some
And
people
not
need
for
to be.
nothing, the WWE don't even need her because you got Jade Cargill coming. You got the rise of Rhea Ripley. You don't need her. They don't need her.
It's
No,
it,
they
it's
don't.
it's crazy in a way. The WWE never like viewed her the way she viewed herself, and I'm
And they're
not.
signing Camille. I mean, come on.
like they never saw her as big as she saw herself.
Right.
And I'm not saying right or wrong because I know there were periods of time she sold a shit ton of merch and the
Yeah,
WWE
yeah, yeah.
still
She
didn't
was over. She was like ridiculously over at some point.
and
I
the
mean, she
WWE
shot
didn't
some
see
banks.
her, still didn't see her as she saw herself, even though she was moving like tons of merch for them at one point in time. And then don't forget in 2020, her, Bailey, Asuka, that summer they were having the biggest ratings. Their segments had the biggest ratings for the WWE every time. They were having the biggest television ratings in all of wrestling during that summer until the Roman Reigns stuff, like
Yeah.
that angle kicks in the late
But
summer.
yeah, but Pedro, how about during the pandemic? Her
Yeah,
and
that's what
Bailey as a
I'm.
heel tag team. Yeah, yeah.
This is exactly what we're talking about
Oh,
in
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah,
2020.
yeah. 2020. You're right. Duh, my bad.
The evil year,
Yeah. Oh,
2020.
I'm sorry. My bad. Guys, hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, but yeah, they never saw her the way she saw herself. Either rightly or
Well,
wrongly. I'm
I
not.
mean,
I'm not debating that
that's
part.
because she's a narcissist.
Lots of people in entertainment are narcissists,
I
but
mean, yeah. I mean, but boy,
but
she
uh,
she makes narcissist Luger look humble.
but I mean, yeah, the WWE never saw her that valuable, and they definitely don't need her. Like they don't need her for what they're doing. They have so many stars. Rhea Ripley is up there with Roman Reigns and and stuff as the very top stars of the company. Like what is Sasha going to do for their business? Like there'll be a little a bump for sure with her hardcore fans, but then it's just back to business, right?
Well,
I
and,
mean,
I mean, because I just have a feeling like all the Sasha stands have just kind of moved on to somebody else. Because you remember how like there used to be such the Alexa Bliss stands were
yes, yes.
Yeah.
and then and like and she's kind of you know just about disappeared from.
She was pregnant.
I
Yeah.
understand. We're talking like I mean for about 3 years or so she's been pretty non-existent. I mean I saw
Right.
her at that 2020 SmackDown I went to, and that was one of the last time, and that was like a little resurgence, and then she kind of disappeared again.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
think part of the thing there they stopped pushing her as hard as they were because she got I think injuries. I think
Yeah.
that's part of the reason they put her in that thing with Bray Wyatt, right? Was
Yeah. Because her
because
ribs were messed up. Her leg was messed up. Yeah.
she was working she was like kind of easily injured for a long period of time there. She probably is never going to be fully what she was, even though she was never great anyways, right? Like but
no, but she just had the crowd in the palm
Yeah.
of
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
She was
Yeah.
okay. She was okay. She was never great in ring. She was
her.
She was
good
a
in
she
ring,
was a
not great.
character. She was a
Right.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
she was over, like y'all are saying. She was over. I'm
Yeah.
not taking anything away. I'm just saying,
no,
like,
no, 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 because I mean I'm not a fan of hers. So anyway, hey Pedro, this is on a slightly different note.
hey
Have you seen
Pedro.
Have you seen this new footage of a Bigfoot?
No,
Yeah, there's like they captured it like
where do I need to go to see this?
let me
If it's on YouTube, I can end up showing it here on the air if you want.
yeah, it's like a look up Bigfoot at
Okay,
crime scene.
Bigfoot crime scene. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't tell me a Bigfoot got caught with cocaine con.
No, no.
Okay. Okay.
So it says Mountain Beast returns to shelter site weeks later.
Uh,
Is it kind of in the mountain with a little bit of snow?
yeah, do you see a piece of
It's
like red
yeah,
caution?
yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, let me grab this and we'll share it on the air. We'll all watch it together. I won't watch it yet. We'll all watch it together.
Together.
Um, y'all were mentioning Meltzer. Did y'all mention Meltzer about the ratings? Did someone mention Meltzer?
I mentioned Meltzer, being on drugs about the
um,
getting paid in straight cocaine now.
uh, he so last week, Stardom had like a show. I think it was like on January 4th or somewhere in there. I don't know if it's January 4th or January 6th. They had a show, and the main event was Mayu defending the IWGP Women's title against Shuri, and they Meltzer gave it 4 3/4 stars. And he said, so basically 5 stars, but he said he couldn't go the full 5 because of the headbutt spots in the match.
Okay.
So I watched the match. I watched it yesterday. I decided, well, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what this is about. So I watched the match. It's just a modern wrestling match. They just do moves. You know what we were talking about earlier, Zeus? How it's just a bunch of action and like, here's my stuff, here's your stuff. We're just gonna have action back and
We're all gonna
forth.
get our shit in.
Yeah. So there is no story. There's no story at all. They just did it. Now the execution of everything was great, right? Like the mechanical aspect was fine. Both of them did great job in terms of everything looked great. Things looked painful and hurtful, but there's tons of no selling, tons of this and this. It's just back and forth, tit for tat, and then you have a finish. So I watched this match and I was thinking, I saw the headbutt spots, it's whatever. It didn't stand out one way or another. And I was thinking, wait, he gave 5 stars to a match where Hangman Page had to get down onto the canvas, lay down for no reason. He's not put down. He's not knocked down or something. He just lays down, and Swerve has to lower his head to drip blood into his mouth like a consensual blood drinking thing in the middle of a match that these two are supposed to hate each other. They have this weird consensual, we're going to share blood together spot. This thing that made no sense. Y'all heard me go on about this multiple times now.
Terrible. When I finally saw it, I was almost threw up.
But did you see what I said? They didn't put any combat logic to it or any horror movie logic to it. They decide to just stop everything and do this blood drinking spot.
Right. It's just like when Cage and Hobbs and Luchasaurus were running around, couldn't decide, or Wardlow or whoever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was Wardlow. It was Wardlow. Yeah.
They kept fucking up and like, yeah, no, like, dear God, if either one of those guys had been Bruiser Brody, I mean, you would have just beat the fuck out of them. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So anyway,
yeah. So
back to the Mayu.
That match, no logic, no sense with the blood drinking thing. Like, they had to stop everything to do this weird consensual blood drinking thing. Because I don't know how else to describe the spot other than say, like, is this where they just like, we hate each other, but I want your blood. Like, can we share blood? I don't know how else to describe it. So they do this thing, and he gives it 5 stars. But in a match where people are fighting over a championship and both of them headbutt each other, it's not 5 stars because of a headbutt.
Because it wasn't AEW, remember?
But I mean, there's no logic to that. It makes no sense. Like, to the rating, I don't know. The match wasn't 5 stars anyways, okay? I mean, it's just a bunch of action with no story. There's no anything, narrative, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying the action was good. They both did a great job.
And he said it did.
Do what?
It made more sense than he said it did.
Oh, right. I mean, it just didn't. They were just fighting. It's a modern wrestling match. I don't know. Anyways.
I think Meltz was losing it.
Well, that's see. In addition to getting the cocaine from Tony, being a hoarding shut-in like he is, he gets the cocaine mixed up with the dust, on top of everything as well. So God knows what he's snorting half the time. He probably thinks he's high. He's not. It's just fucking lint and dust he's snorting up his nose.
Oh
Fucking
my
idiot.
god. So are we ready for the Bigfoot footage?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
I haven't seen it. Zeus has seen it.
I've
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen it. So I
Okay,
have no
let's
idea
go.
what we're about to see. Let's all watch this. What the hell?
So Pedro, you're our cryptid expert,
I am.
aren't you?
I just like monsters. That doesn't mean I'm a cryptid expert.
God damn it! Can you not just go with it?
Okay, I'm the expert. Okay.
Have you ever seen any kind of footage like that before?
No, I
I mean,
haven't.
it seems awfully fake because I mean that that guy's coat of fur is cleaner than any fucking Wookiee I've ever seen. Like he just had it, like it's like he just had it cleaned and shampooed, and and he had a nice little trim. Like there's nothing ragged or like how on earth is a that a Bigfoot like that get that well groomed? You know,
Man, I don't know. I was a little why is his fur so dark? Like uh I was just thinking about animals in terms of their where they live, right? Usually
right?
there's some kind of their coloration tends to have something with their surroundings, right? To some degree. Like and you're thinking like, well, why is this thing so almost jet black or whatever? Like why
Yeah.
is it
Now,
so
now if it's nocturnal, ordinarily that would kind of explain the black,
okay.
right? Because I mean,
Yeah.
we don't
Right.
see them very often during the day, except apparently when they're stumbling across a crime scene.
Yeah, why this crime scene? Why are they destroying this tree?
And why is there a camera mounted right there?
Yep. And why is it like a tree small enough that for a person to like break down?
Why is Cocaine Khan trying to sign this guy for next week's Dynamite?
Hey, James, don't spoil it. I don't want everyone to be spoiled when the Sasquatch comes down to the ring and then unzips to be Mercedes.
Oh, that was good.
Oh my god.
The Shockmaster.
The
The
Shockmaster.
Shockmaster.
None other. He will
That's
shock the world.
wrestling for his last match. Is the Shockmaster.
Oh.
Sting versus the Shockmaster. Man,
Vince would have been like, "Yeah, we'll let you have that one."
Yeah. I still can't believe it's against the Bucks at Greensboro. I mean, come on, man, you can't do better than that. I
Hey,
mean, really, this is Sting for talking about. Like, come on.
Zeus posted something in the Markout Mania chat.
Yeah.
The men who should have carried wrestling into the 90s: Magnum TA and Kerry Von Erich.
Yeah, that sounds about
Car-
right.
Career-altering wrecks in a span of 4 months in 1986 ended that. That's what it says.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much. I mean,
Well, Kerry Von Erich was he was his own worst, enemy as well. I mean, because you know why? Everybody loves the comeback story, and if you would have just said, "Listen, I fucked up," I'm gonna do whatever time I need to do, or probation or whatever. He could have came back and made it big.
I just want to say, Brian Bell, that's awful. The Shockmaster is here to ensure Ric Flair's heart does not stop.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
he's
Oh.
got a EKG and a
Yeah.
of the.
Although I think that's the only way Flair will leave wrestling if he dies in the ring, right?
Oh man.
Because other than that, he's going to come back. He'll be in a wheelchair. He'll be 96.
I mean,
Hey.
but technically, if he dies in the ring, isn't he? In the ring forever. I mean,
Oh
Right.
man. That's
Uh,
that's very
I'm
poetic.
sure
Zeus.
Tony Khan will make
Right?
an angle out of it. The ghost of Ric Flair will wrestle Sting in his final match.
People at the arena keep hearing a woo. They're like,
Uh,
oh, I hear random woos. His ghost is here. Woo.
why is there a floating robe? Oh.
What's that spinning around? Oh, never mind. Is it the TNA belt or is it?
Oh, man. Why is the ghost being escorted to the ring by a flight attendant?
Oh man, yeah.
Brutal.
Fifi's not in the maid costume anymore.
I'm still bummed that it's the Young Bucks. That's so disappointing.
It's extremely disappointing. It's extremely.
I mean, how?
Do you guys not respect a legend's choice?
I know it can't be done. I know it can't. I know it can't be done. I know it can't. But you mean to tell me he couldn't go 5 minutes with Great Muta as his last match?
I don't think Great Muta can. No.
No, yeah.
Not even 5 minutes. I mean, all they gotta do is walk around. Nobody's gonna want to see them actually wrestle. He'll chop. He'll spray the mist. He'll fucking
Well,
no solo chop.
They had that 6-man match, last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I mean, that was Sting's farewell to him.
It's not just the Young Bucks though. These are two powerful men with mustaches. Yeah. What is that? I think Vince McMahon started that trend with the mustaches. He's brutal.
Do you think now? I hate to say this. I hate to even bring this up. I'm not trying to put this out there in the universe, but do you think they recreate the Flair thing with Shawn Michaels, where the Young Bucks are like, we're sorry, yeah, I love you, or whatever, and then they super kick him into retirement.
Ugh.
No.
Kill me now.
Yeah, I can't. And a sold out Greensboro. I mean, you're actually going to have people watching your event. And this is what you come up with?
Damn it, Pedro.
Man, damn it, Pedro. Well, we know AEW is not going to take any creative direction from us.
That's just true. They do not listen to this show.
No.
No, they don't listen.
Only Vince does.
I'm sure he's had a nice chuckle. Holy shit!
I mean, I'm dumbfounded by that.
I'm sorry.
Damn
it won't
Pedro.
happen. It won't happen. Don't worry.
I posted a thing on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. but saying the because I've done it before. That's why I didn't like put it in the group chat or anything. But um, it was like matches that I've seen Sting in.
Yes. Okay, I think I did see that.
So um,
You saw Sting versus Rude, right, Zeus?
no,
No?
no, I saw Rick Rude against Sasaki at a house show one time,
Nice.
and then one of the Sting matches I did see was Sting and Nikita Koloff against Big Van Vader and Rick Rude,
Oh wow.
Nice.
and Rick Rude was U.S. champ and Vader was the world champ. It was right after Great American Bash where Vader won the belt. But yeah, I saw it was Sting versus Luger in 1989. I saw him defend the world title against Ric Flair in Greensboro in 1990. I went to quite a few. I went to 3 shows in '90. I saw Sting beat Mean Mark in
Oh wow.
1990 in Greensboro.
That's something.
Yeah, and then I think the next month it was Sting versus Black Scorpion. He was in a War Games at a house show in Greensboro in '91, '92. Like I said, that tag match. And later in '92, I saw him against Tony Atlas. It was supposed to be
Tony Atlas. Wow.
Sting versus Jake Roberts, but like the card got messed up because like I don't think Roberts was there, and like Tony Atlas is going to fight Ron Simmons for the world title, but I don't think Ron Simmons was there either. So
It's amazing how you think of all the people that NWA/WCW had and fucking let go. And I mean, they had Triple H that let him go, Undertaker, Stone Cold. You're like, wow. You know?
yeah,
Kane.
at the same time, I mean, if you think about who, the WWF let go of
Yeah.
Hogan, they let go of Savage, and
Yeah.
their time was, not done. I saw Sting and Hogan against Flair and Arn in Charlotte.
That
Oh
must have been
wow.
cool. That must have been cool.
That was the night where so they had a commercial break before the main event,
Mhm.
and Gary Michael Capetta was standing in the middle of the ring, and they're just waiting for TV to come back on. Well, somebody from the back came out with a cart of Hogan stuff, bandanas, foam fingers, and stuff like that, and was thrown out to the crowd so that Hogan would, be more represented in Charlotte. Well, people started ripping up the stuff and throwing it back in the ring.
Hey, you
Like,
know what? Thank you, Zeus. Thank you for saying that. Because I always wondered how was Hogan so over down in the South?
yeah, it's because they passed his shit
It
out
was
for free.
yeah, it was manufactured.
Yeah. Um,
Because I didn't like Hogan, and I'm from the East Coast. I did. I was from New York, and I didn't like Hogan. So I'm like, how the fucking people in WCW liking Hogan?
right.
Because I was always a Flair guy. You know, Flair versus Hogan. Flair. You know.
Um,
I was wondering how they did it. There you go.
yeah. Yeah. And that, like I said, that War Games match in '91, that was Sting, Z-Man, Ron
Oh,
Simmons, and Robert Gibson,
oh,
Z-Man.
right, against
that must have hurt.
Gordon, One Man Gang, Diamond Stud, and Nikita Koloff.
Wow,
Man.
that's a clusterfuck of talent.
Yeah. Yeah, and I believe that believe that Kevin Sullivan came to the ring with One Man Gang, and I had made a poster of three mice wearing referee shirts, and they had big black sunglasses on and canes.
Nice. Three blind mice.
Yeah, the three blind mice of WCW. And Kevin Sullivan, he pointed at it and laughed. He's like that's hilarious.
E. Brian Blair says the only person they missed that much was Johnny B. Bad. What was that, Zeus? Who played that gimmick of the maestro? Let me just come out with the piano.
Oh, who was the maestro?
I don't know. Somebody look him up.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Who was that gimmick? Shit, who played that gimmick? Was it WCW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. He was Gorgeous George 3, the Maestro, Robbie Eagle, the Stro. Robert Kellum is an American professional wrestler and actor, best known for his appearances with WCW under the ring name The Maestro. He also wrestled for other promotions, USWA, Smoky Mountain, and the World Wrestling Council. He currently wrestles.
Smoky Mountain.
He still wrestles under the name The Stro. The Stro. He is an occasional television and film actor, having made cameo appearances in several episodes of the television series One Tree Hill.
Oh my god! One Tree Hill.
The Stro versus the Dro.
The Stro versus the Dro, yeah. It's gonna be musical, brother.
Yeah. It's the Eddie Van Halen guitar.
I'm gonna strangle you with this guitar string.
Boy, that's not a guitar string when you strangle somebody with. That's a garrote.
That's a garrote, yeah.
And then the other two matches I saw Sting in were the War Games 1996 and 98.
96 was
that was two Stings.
Yeah.
Sting, Flair, Luger, Arn Anderson.
Yes, there you go.
And then against Hogan, Hall, Nash, and NWO Sting.
Yeah. I was trying to remember the participants. I was like, I know Luger. Yeah. Did you ever try to see the Sting versus Hogan, Zeus?
That's the sad thing is I can't remember why, but I think I'd just been so mad at the way they booked Fall Brawl for the last 3 years. I didn't go to 99 and see Sting versus Hogan because I was sure that Hogan was going to win.
Right.
And I was actually wrong, and
I could have been there for the big fucking fuck up that Bret Hart did. Well, the referee messed up.
That's Starrcade 97.
Yeah, Starrcade, right? Yeah.
Starrcade 97.
Yeah, but Fall Brawl 99.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Fall Brawl 99 was in Winston-Salem.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I would have loved to have seen that.
Any chance to boo Hogan would be awesome.
Yeah, well, he was originally supposed to be in that Slamboree 97 match that was Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, and Kevin Green against the NWO.
Oh, I remember that match. Yeah.
Originally Hogan, Hall, and Nash, but Hogan was like, "No, I don't like you. They're going to Charlotte. They boo me."
Huh.
Well, no shit. You're a fucking heel, you giant asshole.
And you're in Flair country. Hello.
You're
Exactly.
in Flair country.
That was the night in Winston-Salem. I believe it was Fall Brawl '97 when Hall came out and tried to do the hey yo thing and all that. And
Yeah.
he got booed out of the building that night. That was the only time I've ever seen that happen. Everywhere else I saw that he
Whoa. Hello?
Zeus?
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 The Yeti got him.
The
Sasquatch
Yeti got
or the
him,
Yeti
the
got him?
abominable snowman.
The abominable snowman got Zeus. Wait, no. I heard him briefly. Zeus.
Zeus?
yo.
Oh, what happened?
Did you get attacked by the Yeti?
I don't know. Like I said, we got winds.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So
What?
He's got weather situation in Buffalo.
Yeah, excuses. We
Dave Meltzer gave the weather a 5.7 star rating.
right. So James, did you got any Sting matches you remember seeing?
Yeah, I saw Sting and Flair once at a house show in Philly.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, at the Civic Center. I saw Sting versus Flair, which was good. On the same card, it was Arn Tully against Cock and Balls.
Uh-huh.
And that was when I was enamored with Brad Armstrong. Because he just wrestled one of those like 30-minute, like they had him wrestle like I think he opened the show. It was like a 30-minute match, but I can't tell you who he was wrestling for the life of me. I totally forgot. But he wrestled. It felt like half an hour, and they were doing some amazing shit in the ring. Lots of chain wrestling, like amazing mat wrestling, drop kicks. It was great stuff. It was long as hell, and then like everything else followed from there. But yeah, I saw Sting and Flair. That's when Sting used to no-sell the chops.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he would no sell the chops early, but after a while, you'd see his chest was all red.
Yeah, his chest was brick red. Yeah.
And he there's the point where you can't no sell those anymore.
I went to the Civic Center twice. I saw two NWA. I saw an NWA show there, and then I saw a WCW show there. So I saw Flair twice in the Civic Center, but it was one against the WCW show against Sting, and then the NWA one, he was up against Jake Roberts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Brian Bell said, "Never talk bad about Hogan, brother, or you lose internet."
I remember the first time I went to the Garden.
Before Al Gore, we were talking, and I was telling him about this idea I had for electrically interconnecting with the world.
I invented the internet.
Right?
It was originally red and yellow.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Hogan at the Garden, I actually cheered, and then I would never cheer again after him. Yeah, because I held my hand out for a high five. I was in an aisle seat in the aisle, and I held my hand out, and he walked right past me. Well, I was like Tyson to live. But I was a kid, I was only enamored. It was Hulk Hogan. He was huge.
That high five doesn't work for me, brother.
And then ever since then, I booed the shit out of him.
So let me. All right. So you're painting the picture. You saw Hogan as a face when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Well, he's like around a teenager, I imagine.
Yeah, like early, in the like early '80s at the Garden.
Okay.
Well, he was a heel then, wasn't he?
No. This is after he came back.
Okay, so this is Hulkamania Hogan.
Right, but it wasn't called Hulkamania yet.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you were 12, 13. Okay, all right. I'll slide.
Yeah. But that was that was when I was falling in love with Flair.
Whoa.
Too, because that's when we first got cable, and I was like, "What's this?" NWA, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes.
So James was falling in love with Flair, with Brad Armstrong. Um, it's hard to keep track of, James. You had
I
hungry
love
eyes.
Brad Armstrong. I love Brad Armstrong because I never seen anybody wrestle like that.
James is
They
like,
were doing moves
I've
for moves and
got.
change wrestling, and house show. You can get away with shit like that.
James like,
You
I've
know.
been meaning to tell you, dun, dun, the way you chain wrestle. Oh, I feel
No, but it was
so
funny because
sorry.
Brad Armstrong never looked the same on TV as he did in the house show. Because he would lose on TV, get his ass whooped.
I don't think I ever saw Brad Armstrong live. I saw Sting versus Bam Bam Bigelow was the main event of a house
Nice.
show here in Huntsville. WCW did two house shows in Huntsville, one in '98 and one in '99, and the one in '99 was headlined by Sting versus Bam Bam Bigelow. And the thing I remember the most was before they locked up, someone in the crowd yelled, "Die, Bam Bam, die!" and Bam Bam Bigelow stopped and like looked out at the crowd horrified. And he goes, "Die, Bam Bam, die!" So that's the thing I remember the most about that match. I don't remember too much.
Brutal.
Someone in Huntsville, Texas, wished death
Uh,
on Bam Bam Bigelow.
One of the things I remember most about the NWA show at the Civic Center was when Lasertron wrestled 3 times. I was
Zeus, are
like,
you with us?
wow, this guy's Superman 3 times in fucking one night.
Is Zeus here?
Singing about Space Mountain. Zeus.
The Yeti got him
Yep.
again.
It was a Yeti wearing a Hulkamania headband.
Let me tell you something, brother.
It snows.
I come with the polar vortex, and I have the power of the internet in my hands.
Ooh, I was too
He's
plexy like an iceberg.
He's remember Hogan would be like, the power of the the power of the. He's like, I got the power of the internet.
It's red and yellow lightning coursing through.
Red and yellow thunder snow, brother.
I was never. I was never a Hogan guy. Never.
Yes, yes,
Zeus.
yes, Zeus. We heard you. We heard hello.
Hey, Mr. Yeti, please unwrap your hands around Zeus's throat.
Please, Mr. Polar Vortex, let Zeus stream for me.
I want Rhea Ripley to beat the shit out of Nia Jax.
Whoa, that was out of nowhere, James.
I know. Well,
yeah,
no, after that promo on Monday.
Yeah, people were marking out about it, and it really. I was like, man, think about the turnaround everyone has done on Nia Jax.
Yeah, she's actually earning a lot of praise.
Yeah, I'm sure Zeus will be back. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
Zeus will be back. He is wrestling the Yeti. He's probably trying to. He's trying to get the fucking Yeti a belly to belly.
He's giving a belly to belly. Then he's gonna hit the sling blade, and he's gonna be like, for my brother Ace, and Zeus.
Yo,
sorry about that, man.
It's not you. It's windy here.
Yeah, I know.
Did you belly to Yeti?
Yes. It turned out to be in a Chewbacca suit.
Nice.
Oh man.
But I want Rhea Ripley to beat the shit out of Nia Jax, but I don't want them to turn. I don't want them to turn a babyface.
Oh, Nia Jax?
No.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I mean, she's already hugely popular. It doesn't matter what she is.
True.
They're at that. They're at that DX NWO point where
that's true.
They're just the cool heels. It's and it's even like more understandable with them because it's just so weirdly organic and kind of grew out of all these other things. How Edge started Judgment Day, and then he gets booted out, and then it's just this weird fucking thing that's just working all the time.
Brian Bell says
Now
we
Edge
need.
is wrestling in front of 9 people.
He says, "No, man, we need Nia as women's champ and Jinder as Raw champion." No, that doesn't work for me, brother. No, I'm just.
Can you imagine if Jinder wins the Royal Rumble?
No, they're not going to do that just because of the TK comments.
That would be insane. Fucking Cody
James-
Rhodes would blow his stack.
James, I'm going to tell you your destiny. I'm going to tell you your destiny right now. You're going to be witness to Lord Lux becoming a full-blown WWE fan again because CM Punk's going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's going to be bursting out in tears like, "Oh, I love him. I'm back. I'm back." It's going to happen.
God.
Just, I have 50 Lion Stones, but I don't want to. There's none of the event
Oh,
drafts.
none of the drafts are good.
Yeah, so I'm
I
not-
drafted that new tag team one. I got one of the cards, so I was like, yeah, whatever.
See, James, why'd you do it when you got one of the cards? You're like, oh shit! I wanted to like just waste the 50 stones.
I wanted to get nothing, and I got one of the cards. It was all right. I mean, it's a nice looking card. So
Which one did you get? Which one?
I don't even remember.
It's a real nice looking card. It was a real
That's a
nice
special
looking
one.
card.
I'm guessing it is bullshit. Look at your shit.
Yeah, good. It's I think it's a special.
Well, I'm going to take us on a trip here. So I got Stardom Card Party Factor or Stardom Card Party. That's what.
I am not. I refuse, Pedro. I refuse. I am not going to join this. I am not going to be a member of Stardom. I am not going to get the card. I'm not.
I'm just trying to show y'all what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
No.
I'm trying to think what angle I can show where you can see it better. It is nothing like New Japan. It is and it isn't. There are things about it similar to New Japan Collection. There are things about it that are not similar. It is very, very difficult to get any cool cards unless you spend money. Unless you spend money, you're not going to get any cool cards. So I have no cool cards because I'm not going to spend any money on this. But they make it very hard to get anything at all. You basically can get like maybe up to 3 or 6 cards a day. You can't get, and they're just like the base cards, the 1 and 2 star cards. I'll give y'all an idea of what the cards look like that I have so far.
Hey, Zeus, did you find the card I'm talking about?
Oh God, you got Alex Coughlin and Gabe.
There you
Kidd.
go. There you go.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
wait a minute, you got
So this is the one.
Yoma and Oiwa card too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This
Oh.
is what a 1-star card looks like in this thing.
Right? Yeah, very generic. Just a
Yeah. I'll show you the Starlight Kid one. This is the only Starlight Kid card I have at the moment.
nice.
It's not. I mean, it's not nice. It's just. It's just
Well, it's for your photo anyway.
yeah. And then like a 2-star. Let me see. So I showed you the 1-star Kaguma. I have a 2-star Kaguma, so you can get an idea. I mean, there's really not much difference. It's just the background.
Yeah,
changes.
it's just it's all,
That's almost laziness right there.
I mean,
yeah.
like
It's kind of like New Japan 1-star and 2-star cards.
Yeah, there's no difference.
here. Hold
Yeah,
on.
Zeus, I got that other card too. The I forgot the name of it. Look at that. See, my sometimes is kicking in.
Yeah, Kiyoma and Oiwa.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see, I'm trying to get the Azumi 1-star card. So this is what Azumi 1-star card looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just showing you because I have her 2-star card as well. So just to show you that there's not that big a difference. This is the 2-star card. Yeah.
And you don't even do you have any 3-star cards of anybody yet?
No, no. I'll show you.
That will require Pedro paying money, so
I
that's not
have
going to happen.
no 3, no 4, no 5.
Wow.
So to get those cards, you're gonna need money. I mean, basically, because you have to get there's like kind of there's the logo with like a purple ring. That's the sort of the free currency they give you, and you only get like maybe 3. Maybe get like 600 in a day. And you can. It's only good for like 100 of them is like for getting 1 card. So you can basically get up to like 6 cards in a day. If you saved it up, you can do a 10 card pull, but you're just gonna get 1 and 2-star cards. They claim 3-star cards are possible, but this has not been the case. So then they have the Stardom logo, but with kind of an ombre circle around it, and that's like their version of the stones, and you have to like pay for those, or you have to complete the missions. But the missions are very difficult to complete because you have only so much time to get so much and get those stones, right?
What kind of money are we talking about, Pedro? Is it
I
like
don't.
$2.99, $3.99?
I don't. It don't matter. I don't want to know. So I'll show you. Let's see. Well, that's not a good one to show. Let's see. I'll try to show y'all. So here are like sort of the things. These are their drafts where their special drafts or whatever. And you know, these are the ones you have to pay money for. They have some involve a ticket, and I have not figured that out yet because I don't know how anyone gets the tickets. The tickets just guarantee you like the tickets will guarantee like you can get for certain a 3-star card, or you can for certain pick like a specific wrestler that you're going to get and things like that. But I don't know how you get the tickets. But I know there are drafts where you need the tickets for. Well, no, there are drafts where the tickets only work on those drafts, but you still have to use stones to draft. So you have to use a ticket and a draft on the stone to. I don't know.
You have to use a ticket and a stone on the draft.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, yeah, you're doing a good job of not making me want it, so that's good.
Yeah, here's an idea of like kind of the special cards or whatever. I mean,
which they're still not that great.
Yeah, I know. I've been really surprised because the New Japan ones are so nice, right? And I thought these would be similar, but no, it's not the case.
Not the same company. It's not the same company. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm just giving y'all a little review because I wanted to play this game for a while, and then when I finally get to play it, I'm like, oh, this is really hard. They make it really difficult to get cards, and then the cards you get aren't that great. Can you imagine spending money and you're just like, oh, I got some dumb stuff.
I don't know if I told y'all. I deleted that Yamato game. It's too tedious.
Man, what?
I can't play anything but New Japan Collection. I have a problem. I have issues.
Someone is taking our Markout Mania post and just posting some ridiculous shit. I'm blocking them on the Twitter. But anyways, they're just like they're replying to the thing and just like it's just posting like political stuff and you're just like, I don't know what this is about.
Only I could do that shit. Come on.
Brian Bell said TNA belt designer also designed Stardom game cards. Yes.
Yeah, those belts suck. What's next? Who's the king of the ugly belts right now?
Well, I mean,
what? I think it's that global shit from New Japan. The thing's horrendous.
I mean, I still got a problem with, with the ugliness of the vast majority of WWE belts.
Yeah, I don't like that Universal Championship design. It's just all they did was change the color of gold. It looks like shit.
So yeah, yeah. Those are all lazily terrible. But yeah, the Transformers belt, the global,
Yeah, that's horrible. That Transformers belt.
all these fucking TNA belts. Is
Yeah, they're bad. They have all brand new belts and they're all bad. That's sad.
I still wonder if Bandito's holding on to that last version of the Ring of Honor.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you said this a while back, and we both told you no,
No,
because they
it's
had
there.
the they had the match where he lost the remember. What was that? What's that short guy's name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Gresham.
Gresham. So Jonathan Gresham and him had the unification match because remember they gave Jonathan Gresham that
Yeah,
old belt,
yeah.
and then Jonathan Gresham was defending it for a belt, and then for a bit, and then him and so him and Bandito had the match where they combined the belts. Yeah, so Jonathan Gresham got that belt.
Oh, he got it. Okay.
Yeah, but then they I don't know what they did. I don't know what belt they're using at the moment. If they're still using the old one or not, I don't know. I guess now it's in part of the Triple Crown, the Continental Crown.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Tony Khan changed the Ring of Honor belts. They're all newer belts now.
So who knows?
All new Ring of Honor straps for everyone.
It's all crap.
Yeah.
It's all new. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a new women's television title coming. And
That makes no sense. But whatever. It's horrible.
it makes sense if you're on cocaine, James.
Safest promotion in the world.
I am looking forward to trying to hear Lux make sense out of AEW booking. I want him to convince me that how good the wrestling in AEW is.
Well, something I see sometimes. I see some of the AEW fans defending the booking, and when the stuff they mention the matches. They're like, "Oh, this match was so good, and that match was so good," and I keep thinking that's not booking. Like that's not what we're talking about. Like we're talking more about like the storylines and angles and stuff, right? And the build up to a match and how the quality
And
of
the
the build up
payoff.
to something. Yeah. And they're just talking about like, oh, this match was so good, and it's like again, we're gonna put this aside because there are no good matches anymore. I'm not trying to make people mad. There are no good matches anymore.
Like I actually give them a little bit of credit. They actually built up a fucking storyline between MJF and Samoa Joe. That was actually like 6 months long. I was impressed. They actually did something. Everything else is thrown together the night before a card.
I mean, a lot of the match, it's just matchmaking mostly. He just takes I gotta fill up this piece of paper.
And he's making his debut. They bring people in to have one matches, and it's only a one-off, and then they go away.
Zeus, what was it?
Well, all right. So with the Ring of Honor world title being part of this Continental crap, doesn't it really devalue the entire Ring of Honor promotion as well?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like your world champion is now part of a championship that's got the AEW logo on it.
Yeah, it does. But I have a feeling that will last until Kingston loses.
Huh?
I have a feeling that will last until Kingston loses. And then after Kingston loses, it becomes his own entity again.
Vanity strap?
Yeah, exactly. So it's I mean like all the straps in that company is devalued because they all defended on the AEW show. So like, why? What's the point of having your own show then? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. But I mean, you know,
And fuck, how the fuck did New Japan get roped into this?
because the strong belt is in there. Because that
Yeah,
belt,
but don't they have to agree on this whole thing in the first place? Don't they have to say,
But
yeah, okay.
New Japan's been agreeing to everything for a while now, James.
yeah.
New
This is
Japan.
why we need President Tanahashi to fucking
Yeah.
right the damn ship.
Yeah, man, drop the hammer, cut this bullshit out.
Like, but
I bet you Tanahashi with Boss Okada would have never tapped out.
I doubt it. I think you're right. But Tony Cocaine was, he's trying to sell people on the idea that Ring of Honor is a viable commodity, that will help sell AEW no matter what happens with
Right.
WWE and Warner Discovery, whatever.
Mm.
If they get, he's saying that even if they get kicked off of TBS and TNT, that they'll still be okay because Ring of Honor is still an important product. And then if anybody knows anything about wrestling, when they sell it, it's like, but the world champion of your Ring of Honor isn't even the world champion of Ring of Honor. They don't have a world champion anymore. So,
right. It's because he's caused this bullshit triple crown. I mean, this is the worst triple crown I've seen in a long time. It's horrible.
well, it's only because Eddie's a fucking All Japan whore.
Yeah, he is. I worship Kawada. Kawada doesn't even know who you are.
And again, there is a whole series of events that leads to the Triple Crown being formed. In
Of course.
Japan.
Yeah, that happened over years. It didn't happen, just because, let's make a triple crown. No, it didn't happen.
Like, if you look at the year before the Triple Crown comes into being, like, they're heating up specific title rivalries and stuff specifically to build towards the next year doing the Triple Crown, the unification. And you don't have that thing here. They just want to cosplay the thing, like y'all are saying. They just want to cosplay.
Right, because that was the thing, is people don't understand how All Japan worked back then. All Japan was a promotion. They didn't have like their own titles. They had the NWA International title, NWA International Tag Team titles, PWF National title, PWF United National title, and the PWF Tag Team titles. And then they had some junior titles. But, it wasn't, people weren't walking around with belts that said All Japan on them. The PWF was a specific thing that was working with All Japan, under their promotional banner. That's how it was run for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's just that people don't get it, and then
They should make all the belts look like the winged eagle. And you know what? Everybody be happy.
James appears on camera with his belt over his shoulder, like
it's belt over his shoulder right now. What are you talking about? Bring the camera on, James. Bring the camera on.
we're like, what are those kissing noises?
I was wearing a Wing Eagle belt.
Zeus, you hear those kissing noises? And it's James kissing the belt. Like,
I was going to say, it's Melina kissing something else.
no. On that note, hey, I hope everyone stays warm and safe out there. I think they say we're going to have ice and snow of this coming week. We'll see if it actually happens or not. But I doubt it'll be as bad as they say, but who knows?
Yeah, but everybody got to stay safe. It's it's all crazy weather out there, but stay safe, do your thing, be nice, and thanks to B. Brian Bell for hanging out. B. Brian Bell, stay warm, buddy.
Be Brian Bell, stay warm. Be Brian Bear, keep consuming stuff to keep the to hibernate.
Keep
Oh,
going, man. Keep hanging out with the Sasquatch.
Brian Bell says the Bills game just moved. They just moved the Bills game,
Really?
Zeus. Where did they move it to?
Really?
That
Where
might
was
have
it
been
moved to?
Detroit or something.
Oh, people are gonna throw a shit fit.
I'm gonna look this up. We gotta find out before we go off the air. I don't know why.
The second time they did this, and the fans
Oh,
weren't
it says-
happy the first time.
This says postponed, is what I'm seeing.
Oh, really?
Because
It's moved to Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they moved the playoff game last year they moved it to Detroit, and people lost their shit.
Schedule for Sunday was moved to Monday.
That means you got a doubleheader on Monday. Then you got 2 games on Monday.
Wow.
Because isn't Tampa Philly Monday night?
Yeah, and this is Monday at 4:30. Oh my God, traffic's gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, my coworker. Oh, she's gonna hate this. She's gonna be so mad. She's gonna leave. She's gonna leave at 1:00. I can just tell you right now. She's gonna leave at 1:00. Because the last time this happened, it took her almost 2 hours to get home. Last time that this happened.
That's
Oh, no.
brutal.
So there you go, amigos. For all the NFL fans out there who watched the Markout Mania, the Buffalo Bills game has been moved to Monday.
Oh.
Everyone take care. God willing, I don't know if will we be here next week. I get
What date is next week?
it's the 20th. I don't know when's Survivor not Survivor Series, Royal Rumble.
That's the 27th, right? Something like that. The 25th, 27th. I don't know.
Let's see. I'll find out. It's the 27th. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, so that weekend I won't be here. So
So maybe.
yeah, I think next weekend. Yeah, I think I'll be around next weekend if
So
the baboon heart holds up. Yeah.
everyone, take care. Hope James Sasquatch. No, I'm joking.
I'm gonna go hang out with the Yeti.
Yeah, just around crime tape and break down some more trees and
Bree Brian Bear. Yeah.
B Brian Bell and B Brian Bear. Y'all take care.
Brian Blair.
And we'll see y'all. Look like we had some lurkers today. So any lurkers out there, thanks for hanging out, and y'all take care. And adios. See ya.